I wonder, talking about work, because you mentioned in your book it is the number one stressor for a lot of people. With the economic crisis as it is all around the world and in Australia, a lot of people are in jobs that they love, but redundancies are huge at the moment, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of people are very scared. And I wonder, for people who are listening who are in that situation where they're in a job they love, but they're so scared about being made redundant because everyone around them is,
Yeah.
how would they deal with that?
So it's a great question. And it is a very scary moment in time. And fear can either paralyze you or you can recognize that you're afraid and you can use it to propel you.
Mm.
So if you are concerned that you're about to be redundant, there are a couple things I would be doing. Number one, I would make sure that if you're concerned that you're going to be redundant because of AI, I would be taking as many online AI classes as I possibly could to figure out how to be effective and proficient with this technology, because AI doesn't just come in and they flip a switch. People actually need to know how to use it. And so that's number one. Number two, you have to ask yourself, are you indispensable to the person that you work for? Or are you just showing up and doing what you're getting paid to get done?
Mm.
And the way that you can know that is, are you doing more than what you're getting paid to do? Like, it's funny, like a lot of people have a job and they do what's being asked of them and they do a good job at it. And they think that's what makes you earn a promotion. No, that's not that's what actually earns you your salary.
Mm.
If you would like to be promoted, then make your boss's life easier. What does that mean? I think we've forgotten literally things like, are you a problem solver? Are you showing up early? Are you leaving late? Do you even know what's important? And it's not your boss's job to tell you what's important. It's your job to figure it out. And one simple way that you can do this, and this is kind of veering in a different direction, but I wish they would teach this to everybody when they start their careers after university. Literally on Monday morning, send an email to the person that you work for and say, these are the top 5 things that I'm going to get done this week. Please let me know if these are still the top strategic
Mm.
objectives on your plate too. That's it. That's a, like, as somebody that's running, I barely know what I'm working on. Anybody that proactively keeps me in the loop of what they're working on, I love you, because I don't even have to think about you.
Mm.
On Fridays, here are the 5 things. This is done, this is stalled, and this is how I'm going to handle it. If I don't hear from you otherwise with a different suggestion, I'm going to assume that's a great way to solve that problem. This problem came up. If there's anything else you want me to focus on next week, let me know.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, you're indispensable. Forget AI. Like, I can't work without you.
Yeah.
So I think we've forgotten that literally, if you make your boss's life easier, you will never get fired, ever. But most of us kind of get into this lull where we just kind of show up and we do the job in front of us. And, if we have a good attitude, that deserves a raise.
Mm.
Not in an economy like this one. And so it's also an opportunity, though. And I mean this for real, because I've been fired twice. I've had a talk show canceled. My husband has literally been laid off like 5 or 6 times. It's terrifying when it happens. What that tells me, Sarah, is we're not supposed to be working for somebody else, like
Yeah.
lousy employees. Um, but here's what I want you to consider. What if it all works out?
Mm.
What if you're in a job right now and you feel scared because you feel like redundancy is an issue? What if you see this as a sign that you are supposed to pivot? And I'm not saying this in a way that's trying to make, lemonade out of lemons. I'm saying, what choice do you have? Yes, you could sit where you are and cross your fingers, and you could apply some of the advice that I gave you, because, this is research backed. Believe it or not, The only skill that translates based on research to somebody getting a salary increase or a title change is whether or not your contributions are known. If people don't know what you're doing, you're not valuable. And it's not your boss's job to make what you're doing known to everybody. It's your job to market your own work and to make sure your boss knows what contribution you're making. And that little simple email on Mondays and Fridays does that. Does that. When I get those from my team, I'm like, my God, they do a lot every week. I don't know how I'd run this company without that. That's amazing how much they worked on. Wow. Unbelievable. I don't even ask questions of that team. So I'm like, I don't even know what I would ask because I didn't know that's how much you guys do.
Yeah.
And so I really mean that, but it's also an opportunity for you to go, do I even like this? Do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to be in an industry where if redundancy is happening now, it's going to keep happening? Or do I want to make a pivot and do something that's in a different industry? And I don't have to quit my job, but I could certainly, instead of like wasting 6 months worrying about it and gossiping about it and reading the emails and stressing, I could basically say, I think this is happening in the next 3 to 6 months. And I'm going to pour all that time and energy. Let me orchestrate a pivot.
Yeah.
Let me start scaling back on my budget now. So if it does happen, I'm not as in a horrible position as I thought I was. Let me be honest about the way that I want my life to look instead of having an experience in life where I'm a sitting duck hoping it doesn't happen. That is giving power to the outside world.
That's so true, Mel. Such wise advice.